Hey everyone, welcome back to The Hidden Brick, where today we're doing part 2 of the build of the LEGO Star Wars Kylo Ren's TIE Fighter. This is how far we made it in part 1. If you missed any of that, check out the links I have down below. You can check this out as well as many other videos. So we are halfway done with the set. We're moving on to our 4th bag. There's 6 total bags. So if you do the math, we did 3 of them in the first video. We're going to do 3 in this video and complete the model. So pretty fun little build right so far. I was kind of worried that it would be a lot of repetitive stuff, and so far that has been very minimal. There has been some repetition, but not that much. So like I said, still pleased with how fun this is to build. I like the mix of Technic and the LEGO system bricks, since I am a pretty big Technic fan. You know, seeing some of that system integrated into a LEGO set, kind of a little best of both worlds for me. Alright, so obviously we're starting with a decent amount of Technic to begin this bag of parts. So we've kind of built this little tapered bricks stacked next to each other. We're going to put some plates on the underside. These will help hold all of them together. The Technic friction pins that we put on there do a pretty good job of holding it together, but attaching the plates really seals everything together really well. Alright, so we have some black 1x1s here. Now we're going to wrap a good amount of this in these trans red bricks. So they are translucent, you can kind of see through them, but once you put it up next to a darker colored brick, it really gets like a dark red color. So it's good for the effect, but not perfect. Just depends on what effect you're going for, I guess. Alright, so we have some of these bricks with the click hinge piece on it. Rotate this around like this. Do some plates on the top. Some more the wedge plates. So we're making a pretty decent little wing module piece. Actually, it looks like the back part of the ship. Alright, so what do we got next? A panel here, some cheese slopes, a couple more cheese slopes, some wedge plates, two more wedges. Back side of the ship, we have these friction pins sticking out, and then we have all these pins exposed here. So we simply line it all up and it attaches just like that. Alright, so next up is some small pieces that we'll add to hold all this together. Take this plate, put some of these round tiles on it. This will go right here. So that's kind of our seam of where both of the parts connected. So where this white plate is and the blue plates are, that's kind of where it separates. But then when we put this over all of that, it holds it in there nice and tight. So that thing is Nice and snug, it's not going anywhere. Create some more parts to the ship. Do a little bit of, let's see, make sure I put it on right. Grill tiles, good, quick, easy way to create some greebling. We have the sloped piece. This guy will go there. So we still have our little trigger pieces for our flick fire missile launchers. Okay, some more Technic brick pieces. This will go on this wedge plate. By 3 tile there, and one more wedge plate there. So once again, we have Technic pins exposed and the Technic pin holes, and we just connect those two together. We're going to repeat that for the other side. So we put our pins on, put that on. Plate, wedge plate, another plate, round 1 by 1, tile, and one last wedge plate. There we go there. And lastly, for this bag, we have our little hatch at the top. So that's how you can open it up and get in there and put your pilot. How cool is that? This thing is very, very sturdy. I really am happy with the progress of it so far. So let's continue on with bag number 5. Okay, we have everything for bag 5 out, ready to go. And this is going to be another 2 times build. So we're going to be building 2 of the same little piece. So just like I did on the previous 2 times build, I'm going to kind of complete each page's worth of steps before I turn the page to the next one. So this is our first page right there. So I will jump on to the next one. So this is where it kind of got a little repetitive in the first part of this video where we built the 2 side supports, but doing it kind of this way where I go back before I turn the pages kind of helps I guess reduce the feel of repetitiveness. Alright, so we've got wedge plate there and another plate here. Turn it over. 2 of these 3x3 plates. 2 click hinge. And this guy. Alright, let's get the other one caught up. Let's see, I need the longer one first. Wedge, then the shorter one. Turn it over, 3x3s. This is a little unstable until we get a little bit further along, so it's kind of flopping around in my hand. I'm pretty sure that we'll add some support to it. So we turn the page, we have a 1x8 under here, a wedge right here, wedge, some of these quick hinge pieces, and a 2x2. Let me get this other one caught up before I go on too far. Okay, that wedge goes there. This wedge goes here. Quick hinges and 2x2. Okay. So we have a little sub build. Hold up. This goes there and there. 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 And this attaches there. Okay. Need to repeat all that now. Just need to find the right wedge shape. There we go. This is still not adding any stability to this, to the wing part. It's still pretty loose. All right, so now looks like attaching these pieces may or should add all the stability that we need. Okay, we have 2 tiles, 2 wedges. A couple of long wedge shapes here and here. Come on. Grill tile. This piece, and then a baby bow slope. Alright, so we turn it over. We have this wedge plate that will go right here. And right here. Alright. 2 anti-tile pieces. The last thing we have is at the very end here. That piece and this piece. So it kind of looks like a little blaster piece. On the end. There and there. All right, so these are kind of symmetrical, but kind of not. So this one will go right here on the top. And this one will go opposite side on the bottom. Just like that. So it's not quite done yet. We have the other 2 to make, so move that to the side. Let's move on to our 6th and final bag right now. Okay, we have everything out ready to go, and we are moving on to our final minifigure of this set. This is the actual TIE Fighter pilot. So even though it's Kylo Ren's TIE Fighter, the pilot still can fly it for him. So this is a pretty cool helmet. I like the way it has the hose molded into it, and something that couldn't have been done probably technology-wise 20 years ago when some of the original Lego Star Wars sets were coming out. But now the The molding techniques and all of the detail that LEGO can put into a lot of their minifigures has increased to the point to where we can have a cool helmet with a hose built in. It looks like it's attached to the chest part of the suit. So that is really cool. I didn't expect that. I didn't study the picture that much when I looked at the minifigures. So always nice having a cool little surprise like that when you build these sets. So that's our final minifigure. So as you may have guessed it, we are going to build the other two wing parts. We do have some other parts in this bag, like our flick fire missiles and any other small accessories that may be used to finish the set. So once again, it's a 2x build. I'm going to do just like we did on the other one, where I build a portion of it at a time. Okay, that's good so far. Turn our page, turn it over. And you may notice the similarities that we're doing. It's just the opposite version of it. Let's get to that point where it's kind of flopping around in my hand, so I should put it on the table. But first I'm going to do the other side. So we got that, turn it over, some click hinges. Got a plate hiding from me. To be that hidden brick. Not today. Alright, so put that down and give it a nice once over. Make sure everything's nice and tight on there. Turn our page. Couple plates there. Hinges, plate, another wedge. All right, looks good. Let's see, we've got this guy. Guy. And that wedge here. We'll finish off the end. Let's repeat one more time. Here. That'll go there. Turn our page. That big plate takes quite a bit to push down on to get it to hold on, but once it's on, it's gonna hold everything together, so that's probably the most important one of this little wing piece. this wedge. And then down on the end, we have, just like the other side, we got the grill tile, that piece, this guy, this guy. All right, turn it over. Our wedge plate with our two anti-tiles. All right, bring this back just a bit, bring it up so we can see everything as we put it on. So bring this over, just like the other one, they're just going to be on opposite sides. So we'll snap one on here. On this underside-ish part, snap that one on right there. Okay, we still have a few more parts to add. So on this side, we're going to do some tiles. There. And this kind of completes that stripe all the way through right there. We'll turn it around, repeat that for the other side. And then lastly, we have under here, you can see the two openings for our flick fire missile launcher. So we'll push those in. We will rotate these wings in a couple clicks. 1, 2, and check that out. It's a very slick looking TIE fighter. So right up here, these two little round area and that one right there, that's our buttons that we can push. So you can see when I push this, you'll notice that the flick fire missile will shoot out into my hand. So that's our triggers. So it's a pretty cool little system to where it's hidden. When they first started making these guys, they would just have the end piece sticking out and you had to hit it with your finger. But now they're doing a good job at concealing them in the model and creating little trigger pieces for that. We saw that with the resistance pod that we built the other day. It's the same thing. There's a little trigger system built into the model. So those will shoot out. A lot of times I don't like to push them all the way in. I just leave them kind of hanging out until it's time to play with the model, because if you accidentally hit that, I mean, who knows where that thing's going to end up. So anyway, that's going to do it for this build. Once again, a very fun build. We'll kind of get a cool little view of it like this. For being a Star Wars ship, I was really worried about the fact that it could get a little repetitive with a lot of the construction. But I was pleasantly surprised that really up until the last two bags, it wasn't that repetitive at all. And even the last two bags could have been a lot worse. So not a bad little set at all. So you tell me your thoughts, put a comment down below. Don't forget to check out all the other links I have down below if you want to see more Star Wars build videos. I've got tons on this channel, and I've got tons of other Lego themed videos all down below. So check it all out. You can binge watch Lego build videos for weeks and probably still not catch up. So check them all out. We'll see you in the next one.